Hello, we've been gone for a little while, but we're back and we're here live on a Friday to discuss the Bridge Street League Finals. How you guys been doing?
Great, amazing, the best.
Dre,
Doing well, man. Good to see you, Jay.
Easy E.
Man, living the dream.
I see that Eric has promoted himself from backroom Eric to Easy E now. Get more
That's right.
street cred.
No. Don't give me that promotion. This is a one-time deal.
Oh, okay, just because it's a final. So, Mike D, I'll let you start everything off. For those who aren't aware, the Summer League's been running all summer, and now tomorrow on Saturday will be the finals, tournament style, for women's and men's. So, why don't you tell everybody what we got going on, and I'll pull up the brackets and we'll get into it.
Yeah, so let's start with we had 5 weeks. We have 16 teams in the men's, and then we had 7 in the women's. It started with 8, but then one team dropped. And they competed for the last 5 weeks. So last week we had our all-star competition. We announced our all-stars. We had over 800 votes. A lot of controversy out there because that's more of the popular vote. And then we are going to be announcing the MVP of the leagues, where we had the popular vote, then we had the captain's vote, and then we have the organization vote, all for 1/3 of the vote, and that will be announced on Saturday as well. But this has been the takeoff of the league, in my opinion. The competition, you have kind of the unks, the old heads, now with the young bloods coming into it. I'm trying to be hip, Dre. Relax. I'm trying to use the words that might associate with the audience here. So I'm an unk, by the way. I'm learning this. I'm an unk. I don't know if you got gray in your beard or any type of gray, you're an unk. Something like that. And
And
unk
if
just means
you were born after before 2000, so anything from 1999 down, that's what the kids are calling, everybody unks. So
yes, I was born in the 1900s. I was born in 1986. I just call myself a father figure. You know what I mean? Like I'm just a role model like that. So anyway,
Let's take a look at the brackets.
We'll go Mac Daddy.
hold up. I'll get back to it. So they competed for 5 weeks. They had 2 games each night. They had double headers, 30-minute games. They went through mostly the men. It was hard to go through the majority of the league. The women, they played each other twice about. And it was 2 teams came out undefeated, Sugar Rush and Guatemala. And the last game of the night, last week of the league, Cali Steel and Guatemala went at it, and it was a battle. And Guatemala ended up taking it 3-1. So Guatemala earned the right as the undefeated champions of the league. But now we go on to the finals. The finals, we switch up the format, which creates a little bit more of a dramatic atmosphere, because now it's win or go sit down, grab a Modelo's, and watch everyone else play. So win or go home. And it's only 15-minute games. So this is what the bracket looks like for the men, right? And these are the matchups that we have. And if you go to the women's, this is what the women's bracket looks like for the women, if you want to pull up the women's one, right? It's a little different. So there's only one side of the bracket here on the women's side. So with that, and bringing this up, what's so great about this format and why we switch it to this is now everyone's kind of learned each other. And so now when you're switching from to really what we're doing and how different it is, to give everyone a chance, the league during week play really sets up your chance to grab chemistry with your team and learn the format of how to play futsal, how to get used to the soccer rebellion style, because it is street soccer. It's not futsal. Right? We have different rules than futsal has. So it's a little bit more independent than the other things. So you have this time frame to get used to each other, because everyone comes to this and your seeding is based on how you placed in the league. So first place, 16th place, so on and so forth, right? So there is some, validity to how you perform during the week, but this, only having one half, magnifies brilliance and mistakes at the same sense. Because now with just 15 minutes, you can go extremely hard. The pressure's on the teams that are supposed to win now. And the underdogs have the least amount of pressure. And if they get the upset, that's tremendous street cred they get right off the bat. They took down a juggernaut. That is their championship in that sense. So the parodies that play out because of this, it's a lot like you see in March Madness, and you'll see upsets. Last year, we saw Chill FC get taken down by the last place team. Chill FC has been a staple of the Bridge Street League in the Soccer Rebellion since the get-go. And they lost in a shootout. And so a lot of these teams now with only 15 minutes have the opportunity to change the tactic up to play for that PK shootout. Right? There's no overtime. There's no golden goal. It goes right into the MLS shootout.
That's
So
what I was going to ask. It's not penalty kick, so it's like the old 1v1, right?
Right. So again, mistakes are costly. You're on a small field. It's magnified. There's more pressure. We only play on 2 courts rather than 3 courts. So everyone's around. You have 240 players watching you play while this is going on. The energy is a lot different. It's a lot more hype. And you know, Jay, as a former player and as a coach, some players rise under pressure and some crumble. So for us, it's fantastic. What we need to be aware of as an organization is not that the emotion rise too much, but it's all the popcorn that you want. It's everything.
Sounds great. It's like the Rucker Park that you and I always talk about. Tie 100%. Game, right, Dre? Tie game, and some people want the ball and some people don't want the ball.
Yeah, my whole thing is it's gonna come down to the momentum, right? I mean, when it's less time and you know you don't have a second half, you don't have a timeout, it comes down to momentum. One of those young, kids get a goal, early goal, and now you're gonna see tension, get a little bit tighter.
Exactly.
So I think that momentum is gonna be key. If you're the big dogs, right? Calisteo, Guatemala, Sugar Rush, you want to come out right away and put up a few goals so that you can kind of rest your guys a little bit because it's single game elimination. So I think it's going to come down to a lot of strategy tomorrow because, these guys and women, they're still training. We've been off. We had the All-Star game, but you still see them on social media, sharpening up, getting ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, 100%. And Jay, I mean, this more as a coach, like minutes can feel forever. Like if you have a short and narrow lead, right? Or if you get scored against first, like it seems to speed up. So, like Dre was talking about, like that, that oxygen will be taken out if an underdog goes up early.
Yeah, absolutely. Easy E, any thoughts on the women's side real quick?
On the bracket itself altogether, with the 15-minute games, Mike, I think every player that hears this is going to take exception to you saying that they're playing for a shootout. You never play for the shootout. You're playing for the win. So I think you're going to take, it's going to be interesting to see the approach. I think a lot of teams are going to come full out and attack, but then you're going to be, you got to watch that counterattack because one simple counterattack can end it. You can change everything. So it's really going to be, like Dre was saying, that strategy of how you kind of pace, how you play, how you attack, how you defend. But I don't think there's going to be any room with only 15 minutes to rest any players. I think it's going to be full strength all the way. There's not going to be time for recovery. I think it's got to be, who's in the top form, who's in that shape, who wants it more. At the end of the tournament, which I think is going to be the coolest, is it's going to be all heart. These players are going to be playing on all heart. They're going to the 2 teams that make it to those finals, they're going to be exhausted. So it's going to be who wants it the most. Will and heart all the way.
Another difference for tomorrow is they're used to playing 2 halves. So if you have subs coming in and rotations, those things are going to be a lot different.
Yes.
Because you're only going to have 15 minutes. So it'll be interesting to see how people adjust maybe once they get through that first game and whatever. So you want to take a look at the men's bracket here real quick. And there we have the men's side, which, as you said, Mike D, before, have more teams. Tell us a little bit about that. What are your thoughts?
So if we're going to walk through this, so these are, we can dive into first round matchups.
Did you just have a good idea?
Did I? No. You heard my phone? No, no, my wife just texted me something because she doesn't like what I did. I don't know what it is. I got in trouble.
Some things never change.
But if you look at this, so we're going to the men. Let's go over key matchups and what we see here. So we have 2 different conferences. We have the 96 conference and the 131 conference. We just gave them titles, so it was a little more carried in. It goes to what's going on in Grand Rapids, where 131 and 96 are the main highways that we have. One goes north and south, one goes east and west. And Guatemala and Calisteo finished first, so they're on opposite sides of the bracket. Their first games, West Michigan Wrath and 616 United. This is what I'll say what's interesting. I think Guatemala, without a doubt, will beat West Michigan Wrath. I don't think it will even be close. Calais Steel versus 616 United is an interesting matchup because Zach Southwell is in goal for 616 United, and they got better and better as time went on, and they have a few ballers on that team. Last year, 616 United and Zach Southwell were the teams that upset Chill FC. So I would still be very surprised if 616 pulled out the upset. Like, it's no doubt it'd be an upset. Calais Steel is supposed to be in the finals against Guatemala. But I would just say Calais Steel's got to be careful, not overlook 616 United. But if you look at both sides of the bracket, the first round of games, there's a lot going on. Muskegon FC and Kentwood FC. I know Kentwood FC has some of their star players that are going to be out, and Muskegon FC, I mean, they've had someone they've been a team that's been up and down all season, but when they get it together, they're one of the best teams in the league. So I would imagine Muskegon moving forward against Kentwood FC there, and then it's not an easy road for Calais Steel to get through. And then R1s and One Touchables. That's going to be a good game. We'll see who R1 brings. One Touchable has been in the league from the start, and there's someone that could find the upset. So there's no real guarantees here that I see on this side of the bracket. The other side, I look at Guatemala. Yes, I think that's a guarantee. I'd be willing to put $1 million on him. And then City Heat FC and West Santos is another great game. West Santos being new, City Heat being new and profound. City Heat has the leading goal scorer, Arthur Pupin, on that team. So there's going to be some high-octane offense on that team. BIH and Bridge Street Bangers, in my opinion, is the game of the first round. They have 3 players that were nominated for MVP in this game. Bridge Street Bangers has, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best player in the league on their team in Yosef. BIH has the grit and competitive nature that I think is unmatched. And now that you have Eddie on that team and Eddie's playing, and he's been with us in the beginning, I think Eddie will change the tempo. And Jay was another one. They have a lot of all-stars on BIH, but Bridge Street Bangers has a squad as well, and they're not to be overlooked. And then Chill FC are looking for some revenge after what happened in the early exit last year in Zoo City. But the biggest game that I want to talk about is Aztecas FC and La Clica. Because in my opinion, these are the new cats on the street. These are the cats that whoever wins this game is going to establish some dominance in the league. Because between these two, they have the best young talent that's coming aboard, and then eventually will be challenging Calais Steel in Guatemala for championships. And who knows, maybe they have something up their sleeve this year and they go far. But both teams are extremely good futsal players, very young, super speedy. I mean, they're faster than anyone else in the league. So with a 15-minute game, they can cause some headaches. I wouldn't be surprised if they made it to the semifinals. Either one of those teams.
There you go.
This can turn into a March Madness type atmosphere tomorrow. We're having all of the teams there surrounding 2 courts, and then one of these young teams that you mentioned, right? This young talent, they get up on one of the bigger teams.
Yeah.
Number one, it's the sport. So we all want to see good matches, but when that underdog is up and it's about 5 minutes to go, like, it's gonna get live out there, man. So like we said, there's no guarantees, but I'm gonna be that guy. Guatemala, Calais Steel.
You see that?
If it gets to that point, it's fireworks, man, in the finals.
Yeah.
But we saw what happened with Indiana this year in OKC. So
yeah,
we don't know what's gonna happen. So I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm excited.
I can't wait either. I'm so excited.
And
I don't know. I mean, you look at 616 United though, and like Michael was saying, sometimes you see a team that comes in and they're just hitting that form right at the right time. Every single weekend, they've taken a step forward.
Yeah,
so I would not sleep at all on them. I think Calais Steel is definitely in for a fight there. And on the second half, on the other side of the bracket, I mean, we know what Chill FC is, and like Michael said, BIH and Breach Street Bangers, they wouldn't surprise anybody to push past either. So I think there's some definite competition here. I don't think it's as clear cut as you guys say. You guys watch it a little bit more than me. I'm slinging the beer in the background usually, but from what I've seen and what I've heard, I mean, Leclicka,
Yeah.
those guys, they're creative off that ball, and they're explosive.
And on the ball.
And in 15 minutes, that could be dangerous. So
anything could happen. Anything could happen. So again, we're here talking about the Bridge Street League finals, all set to take place. Whether you're watching this live right now or whether people watch tonight or tomorrow, Mike D, tell everybody what time things start, when they can get down there and check it out. What's the schedule looking like for tomorrow?
So tomorrow we're going to kick it off at 2 p.m. So players need to be down there at 1:30 to make sure they get checked in. And as we create the atmosphere that we want, we'll go over all the rules, make sure everything's in check. And they will be playing for the first time ever the Community Shield, which is going to live at the organization that sponsors that team or is the owner of that team. So we'll have a case. They'll have a plaque next to it, kind of like a platinum record case with their photo on it, and they'll be able to live there. So it'll kind of be a spectacle throughout the year and bragging rights of that team owner. So, but before we go, I do want to dive into the women's side and kind of talk about those parities, if we can bring that back up and look at these matchups, because if you look at both sides, so maybe there is two sides, north and south side of the bracket. Sugar Rush in first place gets a first round bye. Venom FC and Cuss Girls as players too are both very strong teams. So their first game, Sugar Rush, is going to be right away underneath the test. So their semifinals game, they're going to be pushed right away. They will have, and you're not going to have really rest on your side, because the way we have the women's, because there's less team, they are more spread out throughout the day. They're not as back-to-back as the men. So because whoever wins this game between Venom FC and Cuss Girls players too, they'll have time to recoup. They'll have about 15, 30 minutes to be able to get their bearings before they play the second game. And sometimes, as we know, right, especially in soccer, if you play tournament play, Jay, those breaks or your first game is not always your best game. To me, I always say your first game is the most important, because you're not sharp right away. That second game usually is you're a little bit more cohesive. So without Sugar Rush having a first game, is that a positive or a negative? Those are things to really think of. Like, are they going to come in and ready? And then Zoo City, we know they're dogs. They probably gave Sugar Rush the best run for their money. Lounge FC, we'll see. I know they're missing a lot of players, and RBDs and Manshine. I expect Zoo City and RBDs to move forward. No disrespect to Lounge FC and Manshine. And not that they're not capable of having the upset. But I fully expect, because of the competition level in RBDs and Zoo City FC, that they're going to take those first games serious. And so that's another great matchup, Dre, if you want to talk about Zoo City and RBDs a little bit.
Well, we know they got the reigning MVP until the award is, given to someone else.
Lauren Reminger.
I'm sure she's going to be ready because she got a lot to prove here, right? I mean, the season's kind of been up and down. Been some tough games. Missed, I think, a game or two here.
Yeah.
But it's the playoffs now, so single game elimination. I'm sure she wants to get back to the finals to get another crack, at Sugar Rush. So, man, just looking forward to it. But my game is that Venom FC, which we call Vemo FC. So they have a they got the young college talent. They show up every week. Our girl Autumn is a part of that squad as well. And then girls as players too. They took Sugar Rush down to the wire. Our last episode, we discussed that matchup, how it took a full game for Sugar Rush to get through that one. So, like you said, it won't be an easy way to get to the finals here. Obviously, it's easy to look at Sugar Rush undefeated and just say, okay, it's their championship to lose. But we definitely can't say that.
No, yeah, I think, and when you look at emotion, just in emotion as itself, Sugar Rush got the target. Yeah. Every single person, every single team on this, they want to be the ones that knock out Sugar Rush. So they're getting the best of everybody. They're going to come. They're going to be bringing it. So Sugar Rush has to play their best games when they come in. They can't relax. And Venom, Cuz Girls, those guys, they're phenomenal. Zoo City and RBDs are also my pick to kind of move forward in that. Again, no disrespect to anybody out there playing. Anything can happen, but yeah, I think Sugar Rush is got that target on the back, and everybody wants to be the one that takes them down. So they better be ready.
So let me ask you guys this question: who do you think's in the finals?
Go ahead, E. I'll go next.
All right, I'm gonna go Zoo City and Cuz Girls as players too.
Oh, we're calling it upset. Did not expect that. Go ahead, Dre.
Yeah, I ain't going that route. I'm going Sugar Rush and RBDs for the finals.
I'm going Sugar Rush and Zoo City. And now let's see. I want to see who do you guys got to win the finals. Eric.
Calls girls as players too.
I love it. Micaiah would be so stoked. Micaiah having that trophy would be insane. If Micaiah's Cafe had that trophy. So Jay, that red like Captain America, that's actually custom made that we did.
I saw that, man. Sweet.
So we have a red one for the women and a black one for the men's.
Yeah,
Just sweet. Yeah. So that's an actual photo of what it looks like. Great.
I'm going Sugar Rush.
Okay. I'm not going to say anything.
All right. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So tomorrow, get into it again, Mike D. Starts at 2 p.m.
Starts at 2 p.m. We have food trucks. We have DJ D-Child that's going to be there. It is going to be literally Rucker Park in Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids, I don't even want to say Rucker Park. People are trying to be like us now. Las Conchas, the Soccer Rebellion is the place to be. I promise you, there is no other place right now to be in West Michigan. This is the flavor. This is what's going on. This is where the community is popping. So come join the neighborhood. Come hang out with us. Have a Modelo's. Watch the best street soccer going on. Tomorrow's the day. It's the finals. It's time to soak up all the glory. Street legends will be made, and history will be unfolded tomorrow.
And if you can't be there, make sure you follow the Soccer Rebellion on Instagram and social media. Dre sporting the Soccer Neighborhood jersey there. We love that. Make sure you join the Soccer Neighborhood. We're on Instagram as well. Anyone out there doing anything similar to this great Bridge Street League in your community or your neighborhood, providing free soccer or pick up street soccer for kids in your community, hit us up on Instagram and become part of the neighborhood. It doesn't cost you anything. We're trying to change the culture of soccer for kids in this country. Mike D, Easy E, Dre, have a great day tomorrow, man. Looking forward to seeing how everything goes. Make sure you like and subscribe straight from the training ground. You guys have a great day tomorrow at the finals for the Bridge Street League.
Thanks, Jay.
Thank you, Jay.